I want to read to you a couple of more passages from this book, Swami Adbhutananda, as we saw him, Latu Maharaj. This first paragraph, it's a little bit long, but it's about renunciation, and it's just the way that he states it makes it so clear. It's a hard message, but it's a great message. And then the second paragraph really brings the heart into things. So let me read here for a second. Seeing a devotee extremely dejected at the worries of a householder's life, Latu Maharaj encouraged him with the following words. You want, my boy, to enjoy the good things of the world only. And whenever suffering comes your way, you would like to throw it on the shoulders of the sadhus and be free, is it not? Don't you know that once you walk into the trap of avidya, the current of things that take you toward, away from the divine, don't you know that once you walk into the trap of avidya, you will have to accept suffering also? And there are more sufferings in this world than there are enjoyments. How can you expect peace here? Not to speak of bliss. Remember, enjoyment is the source of troubles, and renunciation the source of peace and happiness. But renunciation does not necessarily mean giving up this householder's life and taking up sannyasa or becoming a monk. True renunciation is in one's mind. The entire universe is Maya's domain, and all sadhus, householders are all under her jurisdiction. Only a mind that has succeeded in giving up desires for enjoyment has gone out of her reach, and it is such minds that can know and realize God. To know God and to enjoy the good things of the world can never go together. They are as contradictory as light and darkness. The more a mind is attached to enjoyments, the more it slides down into the pit of worldliness and goes farther away from God. Enjoyment softens and weakens the mind. Renunciation fortifies and strengthens it. God's power works through renunciation. That holds us up to Him. Renunciation makes a man divine. The man who is treading the path of renunciation knows how much peace, how much bliss there is to be found there. This is the challenge, that renunciation, not just going and enjoying the good things from the world, that weakens the mind, weakens its willpower, and it makes it very difficult to keep those distinctions between body, mind, and the self clear, to know what desires are coming from what place. It also breaks down that ability to discern and to see the actual results of enjoyments, of pleasures in the world, seeing what they actually do and how temporary they actually are. But then he brings another side. He brings the heart into it in this next paragraph. He says people who were branded as bad and despised were especial objects of his love and of his affection. He would go out of his way to befriend them. He would walk publicly, placing his hand around their necks, and would caress them fondly as friends. Having himself cut off all connections with the world, he carried so much love for the worldlings that they often found themselves literally bathed in tears of joy and gratitude. And yet, in this love of his, there was not a touch of Maya. When the holy divine love percolates to suffering humanity through pure and earnest hearts of realized souls, it transforms the sorrowing, suffering world into a celestial garden of peace and happiness. Whoever came in contact with this childlike, holy soul have felt a unique attraction for being his in every sense of the phrase. This pure love of his, so freely administered, made it easy for many souls who, otherwise, would never have dared to climb, to undertake this ascent to God. All roughs and risks of the road having been smoothened and cleared by his encouragement. So you see his renunciation, his clarity of mind, His walking away from all the pleasures of the world, the body, and the mind gave him the ability to have this equanimous reaction to everyone, to be able to love people deserving and undeserving, to serve those around him equanimously. That he didn't have to meter out his love. That's the love of a realized soul, and it's built on renunciation, on knowing that the measured, metered things of the world are not helpful to reaching this divine state, to finding a state of permanent bliss, of permanent contentment, and a peace that indeed surpasses all understanding.